So I'll just try to recap a little bit, and then we'll go into some practical tips. We will practice some stuff, okay? And we'll see how it will work. Yesterday, we addressed the idea of roles in marriage, and I told you I prefer the word calling, and we discussed each person's calling, and we said that we have to agree on these ground rules that men equal women, equal value, same importance, different function, different ways of expressing that calling. And it is your responsibility, not your rank. And it is, I know it's hard to give up this cultural idea of that I am the man, I am the woman. And unfortunately, women still suffer from this cultural or like stereotypical view of them. But in the biblical terms, we discussed that the word helper means she is the stronger, she is the more resourceful, she is the life-giving person. So equal value, different roles. We talked about the husband, is that we are called as men of God, as godly men. So if you want to be a godly man, and it is your choice, you need to follow Christ's example, sacrifice. It's not about you. It is not about my wife is not giving me enough or from what I need. No, it is how can I make her feel enough. Okay, so when you think that you would come home and the other person should comfort you, this is the wrong idea, and this is the beginning of all the problems. But when you go home or on your way home, you think about how I should comfort my wife and my children. Now this is the magic. Now this is the miracle. Now this is the true calling. We talked about the headship under the curse or without Christ. Without Christ, we are lording, guys, men. It's easy for us, easy to boss people around, easy to claim my manly identity. But with Christ, we are servant leaders. My goal is to reach that Christ-likeness, and this is my identity. It's not easy, as we mentioned before. We talked about the wife's role. She is a suitable helper. And by the way, I didn't mention that. Suitable also, and now Abuna will go into Hebrew and he will do his stuff, but okay. Suitable, I heard many explanations for it, but it meant that she is the best one to suit you. She is the best fit for you. This is why you chose her. So it is a good reminder for either. When the day comes or when days come throughout your marriage and you have some resentment, you will regret that decision, or you say, what if I should have, and all these things. Remember why you chose that person in the beginning. Why you chose this person to be your life partner out of all people. There must be something good. Dwell on that. Okay? Go back and be humble enough to go back and say, you know what, I feel bad now, I am angry now, but I recall these days when I chose her, when I chose him, because of 1, 2, 3. It's always good to have few reasons why you are in this marriage. Okay? So I hope I was equally hard. No? It's okay, Ashraf. I'll talk to you after. It's okay. And we said women, because now you're Like you need to understand your husband. We all about product. We do stuff, tasks. Versus women, they are about the process, about the experience, about the communication, about the details. So, having said all that, we still have to deal with our stuff, right? Having these fine goals, we still have to deal day to day with our conflicts, with our. And this is a typical day in most households, I guess. Some guys may prefer the basement. But it is that brick, yeah. And if it's not an actual brick, there's many visual or virtual bricks that we build, or we let it build itself by pushing the conflicts aside, by not addressing the issues. Or we may have tried before and it was so frustrating, so we either stop trying, or we are in something we call in marriage counseling the negative feedback loop. In air conditioning, the thermostat in your home, whether for the heat or for the AC, it is in a negative feedback loop. What does this mean? You set it on 72, okay? And this is the equilibrium. This is the balance that you set for your home. When the temperature goes down, the feedback loop kicks in, and the heat goes on to bring it back to 72. And why it is negative? Because it's maintaining the same cycle, the same status quo. So, I guess most couples have this negative feedback loop. Example, my wife comes home from work, tired, frustrated. She unloads this on me, and there's something to be done in the house. Kids are driving us crazy. We talk about it, and she tells me that you're not doing enough. I get angry, I get defensive. I raise my voice, she raises her voice, and nothing is resolved. And throughout the years, it has become a pattern. So after the discussion, I go back to my TV. She goes back to her room, does her own things. We come down, wake up in the morning, and it's like just a normal day. Have we addressed the issues? Have we talked about the kids? Have we talked about my frustration that she comes home and she just unloads all this on me? No. So it becomes a pattern, and it happens on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, whatever issue arises. So my thermostat kicks in when the temperature goes down or up now because we are like fighting. I want to bring it down. So I go back to my basement. She goes back to her room, and it is another day. This is the negative feedback loop. The positive one, which is about making change, where I understand that I need to break that loop. I break that cycle. So let's talk about it at another time when both of us are calm, when we're not fighting or shouting, when we talk equally to one another, not down or not talk at one another, talk with one another. This is the positive feedback. So now you are changing the whole cycle. You're changing the whole temperature of the room. I understand, or I'm sure that as I was talking, you may have some images of some negative feedback loops. You have it in your own home. And don't tell me you're not. It is in every couple, with every couple. Okay? Things we do to just ignore the issues and tomorrow is like just another normal day. So, if you have this wall built, we need to take it down one brick at a time. And it is by your choice. And I love here, one brick equals one choice. Every time you choose to break that negative cycle, you're taking one brick away from that wall. So, we need to focus on one issue rather than everything in the whole world. Rather than bringing everything from the minute we dated to the day that we'll die. This is our problem. We feel so emotional that we generalize, that we say, as I mentioned yesterday, you always. So you start by an attack. And then always includes everything in the person's life. So that the person feels that he or she is the problem. And the solution is that they will disappear. So try to focus on one issue. Focus on the problem, not the person. The person is not the mistake. The person is not your problem. But the way we talk and the way we express our emotions sends the message that you are my problem. And unless you change myself, I can't accept you anymore. I can't deal with you. And I would rather. We may not say this, but this message comes through. And I become defensive because I don't want to accept that because I am not the problem. But if you want to talk to me that you appreciate me, but you do not appreciate a certain action I did, I'm all willing to talk. Is this clear? So try to just come down, count to 50, and think about what do I really want from this talk? Is it to destroy my partner? Is to tear him or tear her down? Or is to send a message, I'm committed to you, but I need to address this issue. Makes a big difference, right? You communicate respect, acceptance, love, commitment, not rejection. And in the same time you say, we need to discuss this problem or this need in our house or in our relationship. What else? Behavior, not the character. Big difference. When you address a behavior rather than the character of the person. Be specific. We have a problem of expressing our feelings because we mix feelings with thoughts. But we need to practice how to express our feeling without judging the character of the person. And an exercise coming soon, we'll learn something called the I statement instead of the you statement. I will explain it now or after 1 minute. You can never, even if you are my wife, you can never know what's inside my heart. My heart and my brain and my motives are mine. So when you talk, observe the facts that you can see with your eyes or heard directly from me, not from your other person. Remember the triangulation? The third person that's always in the picture? Remember that from yesterday? Are you awake? Okay. So this is a good sign that you're focused, or what's that? Okay, so And instead of listening from the other person or from your mom or from your neighbor or from your friend at work, I'll appreciate when you observe something or talk about something you heard directly from me or you saw me doing. And instead of judging my internal motives and heart and mind. And it's not about who wins. It's about how the team wins. We talked about, I guess, like one of you, I don't know, maybe she was sitting here yesterday. She said that it is a teamwork. Yes, we are a team. So if one loses, the team loses. We have to accept that. So, this handout is called the I statement practice. The I statement is about owning your thoughts and your feelings. And instead of saying, you never call me on your way from home, you never respond to my texts, that's an attack. That's an attack. And you know what? I say, yes, I'm busy working. What do you want? But when you say, I care about you, that I know that I want to check on you throughout the day, you know what? You own your need, you own your thoughts, and I will be gladly happy to address this need. I'll send a message back because I know now you care about me. You're not just bugging me. So it is the I statement. Taking responsibility for your feelings will help improve, especially when you're or angry. So there is a formula, and I know for the skeptics here, okay, this is stuff we do in lectures. No, this is real life. Okay? It takes practice. And there's a formula. I feel blank when you blank because. It takes practice. Okay? And this is your homework. So, example, you make me angry because you're always late. What's wrong here? Let's talk. What's wrong in this statement? You make me. So first, yeah, but you. And when you point the finger, I will build my walls up because now I am under attack. So I will not even listen to you, right? I won't listen to you because you're becoming angry and you're starting with you. Make me angry. By the way, as we say to teenagers, nobody makes you angry. You choose to be angry. Okay? If I make you angry, I am so powerful that you're admitting I can control you. So nobody makes you angry. You choose to be angry. So it is you because you're always late. Really, always late? Big difference when you say, I feel frustrated when you come home late because I stay awake worrying. What does it convey here? Talk with me. What does it convey here, this message? Care. What else? Affection. What else? What's that? Yeah. Yes, wisdom. And it says that I have put some thought into it. Okay? I'm not rushing through the door with a pointing finger or with a stick in my hand and I'm going to just smack you down because you didn't respond to me. No. It is a wise approach because you know what? I need to deliver a message. I'm not attacking you. I still like you, by the way. You're my husband or you're my wife, by the way. We're staying, okay? We're still committed. But I am addressing the behavior, not the character. And I am owning my frustration. Not because you frustrate me. No, it's because when you didn't respond, I got even worried, more worried. The other example, you never call, you don't even care. It happens, right? I feel hurt when you forget to call. What I'm saying here? That I know that you care about me, but you forgot to call. Because I can't judge your motives that you don't want to call me. But you're so busy, you may have forgotten to call. So I feel hurt when you forget to call because it seems like you don't care. This is what I am getting. So now I am offering you an opportunity to explain or to tell me that you care. So if you want to sit in different corners or if you in your own seat, if you want to practice these examples, so here there are 3 practice statements, 3 scenarios. I want you to practice the I statement. Or if you want to go in the corner and practice a real life scenario. It is up to you. Okay? So practice now. Practice now, okay? Okay, so let's regroup, please. Let's regroup.
Okay, the first one.
First one, okay. Let's listen.
Okay, it says your friend keeps canceling plans at the last minute. Last weekend, you were waiting for them at the restaurant. When they called to tell you they would not be able to make it, you left feeling hurt. So I would say I feel hurt when you cancel the plan in the last minute. Oh, what to say because?
Yeah, because you want to express why.
Okay, because I was already in a restaurant and waiting and looking forward to be with you.
Yes, okay. Bravo, because I was looking forward to be with you or to spend time with you. So you are a little bit opening of yourself, become a little bit vulnerable. It's okay, because you want to express that this event or this outing or this date, if you are a couple, was really important to you. Okay? You owned your feeling of being hurt. This is important to me. Okay. Any other example?
So I was gonna say, I feel like my time is not respected when, you know, we have plans in the restaurant and either you don't show up or you come late, because that makes me feel that, you know, my time is not as valuable as yours. I feel hurt, like he said. I feel hurt, frustrated. I feel frustrated when we have plans and I make those plans based on what we talked about, but then you don't show up at the restaurant. A little less aggressive.
Okay. And here, I can hear more care, not that you're not respecting me. Okay, so, okay, who else? Anybody wants to try the second or the third scenario?
All right.
Which one? Listen up, please, guys. Which one, the second or the third?
How about it makes me feel frustrated when you continue to cancel the plans that I have outside of the house just so you can make different plans for yourself.
Good one. Can we?
It makes me very sad inside and heartbroken when you don't communicate to me that you have made plans with friends outside the house. Because I love you.
All right. So I guess you get it, or I hope you get it, okay? It is just thinking about what you want to say, okay? Because you want to communicate here. And if you are feeling anything, own it. Own it. I feel this way instead of you. Okay? So this is hard work. Keep this sheet. Make it a practice. Or if there is any pressing issue, pause, wait in the garage, wait in your car before entering the house, and really practice what you want to say. This is your goal.
I think there is a fine line between expressing your feelings and feeling victimized all the time. And yeah, it's good to express your feelings, but feeling always that you're the victim, always you are overloaded with the actions of others, and feeling that everyone's pointing fingers at you. It's always hard. I mean, when you say you're hurt, sometimes it hurts more because you feel like you're the vulnerable. Yeah, thank you.
And this is why we have problem with feelings, okay? Because we are conditioned to know that when I feel something, it means I am weak, especially sad feelings, angry feelings, or whatever. But we have to unlearn that, really. I am a person, therefore I have feelings. Or I am a human being, therefore I have feelings. It's not I am weak because I have feelings. And this is, we have to really work on that. Feelings are normal, innate, God-given traits of any human beings. God himself, Jesus felt angry. Huh? Jesus felt hurt, felt pain, felt sad, and he expressed that. So I agree with you. We have to unlearn this relationship. Number two, when I use the I statements, I guess the purpose here is that it is a shared responsibility. Yes, I felt frustrated when this happened, or when you did not call me back. Right away, you are sending a message of not being a victim. But we do this together. From the simplest thing of responding to my phone call or to my text, to going to dinner, to buying a house together. Okay? We share this. When you do something, you affect me. And when I do something, I affect you. So this is the message. It's not about being the victim, because it's a choice to be a victim, by the way. But I agree with you. And our job is to unlearn this relationship between feelings means I am weak or mean I'm a victim. No, feelings mean I'm human. And I'm invested in this relationship. Because you know what? If I don't feel anything, I'm not invested. I don't care about you. I don't care about marriage, your way and my way. But when I still feel something, it means I'm still invested in this relationship. Because I feel. After many years of marriage, we stop feeling because there's something called stonewalling. By the way, this can be another conference. Breathing, by the way, learn how to breathe. Breathing. Yeah, really breathe. Breathe, count, calm down, put your feelings and your thoughts into words, into coherent statements, and choose a good time. And by the way, this is also another tip. By now, or you will be knowing your spouse's best time to talk or to even listen to any voice. Literally, any voice. Even if it's phone ring. My worst time is the first 2 hours in the morning. Please. Amen, right? Yeah. So now my wife, after 25 years, she knows it because she just rolls out from bed and she has a long list of topics and issues and decision making, past, present, and future. Really, she just opens her eyes and there's a power on. But thank God. Because you know what? I told her, I would love to talk about this, but please, I need my first 2 hours, especially on the weekend or on any day. I need my time because I can't. I would love to talk, but I can't. Just give me these 2 hours. And she does. So teach your spouse what is the best time to talk about stuff. And the other person needs to respect that.
I like the idea that you just said, put your feelings into words, because I've been married for almost 30 years. I felt like it's really hard for men to express their feelings in words. I guess it's the way they taught in Egypt that it's kind of embarrassing for a man to say what he exactly feels. And most of the time, this affects him in the love language would be completely different than the woman. So the way he helps in the house versus giving his wife a hug. Okay? The women would rather have a hug or a nice word in the morning or whatever, versus men, they express their love in a different language. The action. But when we sit down to talk about our feelings, it's so hard for men to say that I'm hurt, or this part bothered me, or this part make me angry. He never been taught how to express their feeling. Versus the woman, I'm really easy to express my feeling and say whether hurt me, or I like this, or I dislike that, or I love this. So this is why when the love language is completely different than...
There's a lot of factors affecting education, and this is why we're here, and this is why I hope, guys, you are open to learn. You're open to practice, okay? And I'm not saying that because I am a master at all of this. I'm still learning, okay? But at least start at some point. If you really want to live a quality life. Because it is also your choice to live a boring, angry life or a quality one. And a quality one does not mean it's problem-free, but it's how you address the problem, how you approach the problem. We're not talking about a problem-free marriage because it doesn't exist. But we're talking about tools to make your marriage better not every day, every year, maybe, every month, okay? Any question about the I statement? Or are you ready to move on? Can you practice that at home for the next month? This is a public commitment. This is a public promise to do this every day for the next month. Deal? Okay. So the next handout, it's called the Fair Fighting Rules. But I want to just take out the word fighting and maybe fair conversation rules. But it's here and it is copyright, so. We will fight. We will argue. We will not like each other. It happens and it's okay. But we have to have some fair rules. Okay? Number one is, before you begin, ask yourself why you feel upset. It kind of relates to the I statement. Why am I upset about this action? Ask yourself. And this example, are you truly angry because your partner left the mustard on the counter? Or are you upset because you feel like you're doing an uneven share of the housework, and this is like just one more piece of evidence? Take time to think about why you feel upset to make your argument. One thing you should know about feelings, especially the anger feelings. Anger is a secondary emotion. It's what's on the surface, like your skin. What's beneath your skin is the root, is the causes for the anger. So the primary emotion for anger is words like disappointment, frustrated, feeling it is not fair, hurt, because anger is a secondary emotions to expectations. So I want you to examine your expectations, that when they are not met, it comes out in anger. The symptom. Anger is the symptom. The causes or the etiology is the frustration, disappointment of some expectations that are not met. So here, before you begin, ask, why am I really upset? What's underneath the feeling of upset? Make sense? عشان كده don't talk when you're angry. Go in your room and just hit the wall, okay? And then come back and let's talk. Please. Huh? It depends. If it's an old house, yes. If it's a new house like yours, no. Sure. Yeah. But no, man. So, actually, this is a really good point. When you're really feeling the heat and you're angry, stay alone, شوي. Stay alone. Let it cool off. It's not worth the fight. It's not worth losing the person in the process. Because your problem is not the person. Your problem is a behavior, is a decision that was made, or whatever. So just, thank you. Take some time. Okay? Number 2. As we mentioned, discuss one issue at a time. Don't bring issues from your childhood. Don't bring like issues from your ex-fiancé 20 years ago. Don't bring issues from the past. Bring what happened today or yesterday. Focus. Yes, we mentioned this yesterday. Number 3, no degrading language. We have certain words we use, or maybe looks. We have really bad looks. Don't. Why? Do you want to destroy the person, or do you want to send a message that communicates what you feel in order to arrive at a solution? So don't use this kind of like language, nasty language. And you know it and I know it, okay? Express your feelings with words and take responsibility for them. We already addressed like that. Take turns Like talking, it is hard, but it can come easily when you take a time out and you know the best time to talk. Listen. And like early on in my counseling practice, when they taught me like how to talk and how to listen, our instructor told us a tip. Listen, 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 then speak. And then listen, listen, and speak. And then listen and speak. What's the point here? Listen more than you speak. Because listen, 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 speak. In the beginning. Listen and listen more and listen more. Yeah. Exactly. Good tip. Okay, so practice listening. And I would appreciate if you try to listen not only to the words spoken, but to the underlying feelings and thoughts and what's happening behind the words. Again, it takes practice. I'm not saying you'll go out of this church and you'll be experts in listening, but it's intentional. Be intentional about learning. No stonewalling. It is the silent treatment. The look down and going into your room and slamming the door, and you're not out until tomorrow morning, and that's it. Or you don't respond to text, or you like don't respond to calls. Stonewalling. And unfortunately, we have been raised this way by our parents, maybe, or like maybe it is a cultural thing, the silent treatment. And it even hurts more and builds more walls. Don't point fingers. No yelling. Take a time out if things get too heated. We already addressed in that. Attempt to come to, yes, this is a good one. Compromise. Meet each other at some point. Stephen Covey, if you have read his book, The 7 Habits of the Most Effective Leader, he mentioned that we always approach life or business or whatever, it's a win-lose situation or lose-lose. No, we want to make it a win-win. And it means that it doesn't have to be my way or your way. It can be a third alternative. Because we get too stuck. I want you to listen because I want you to do what I feel is right for us. But if you respect her or his input, it shouldn't be your or her way. It can be a third way that you come up together with. And you can create a third alternative. It doesn't happen every time, but if it's really heated, there is no way out of this discussion, and we have to make a decision, let's create a third way. All right? So these are called the fair fighting rules, and there are many of them. How about also you as a couple come up with your own fair fighting rules? This is generic, okay, but you can come up with your own, right? Do you want to give examples more than this sheet of fair fighting rules? Come on. You can do it. What could be a fair conversation rule? Not fighting, because we should not fight. Yes?
No conversation before 12 p.m. to make sure we're both awake.
Okay. No discussion before 12 p.m. What else that can be fair rules? Anybody here? You have one?
Be kind.
Thank you. This is amazing. Be kind. Wow. Yes. Be kind. Thank you. Actually, this is the most important rule. Be kind. Why being harsh and be abrasive and why? It's not worth it. Be kind. Thank you, Habibi. What else?
Be substantive, stay focused on the objective. So whatever the issue is, stick with that in the resolution.
What is the goal of my talk? Right? Thank you. What else? What could be a fair rule for you? What's that? After food. So let's eat first, huh? Yeah. Because when you're hungry, yes. Yeah. That's a nice one. Thank you. Yeah.
Be tolerant.
Be tolerant, yes. And be patient, too. Be patient. Marriage is hard work. It takes years. You have one? Oh, another one?
Responsible.
Responsible. Okay. Some wisdom is like coming from here. Be responsible. Yes, thank you.
Come see me in 15 years. I got daughters.
What's that? I have
daughters, so come see me in 15 years.
Yeah, good one.
Give the other person time to think about it. Just don't dump it right there and then. So prepare them for the conversation that you will have.
Okay. So give them some early warnings.
Well, you can put it, like in a positive, like rather than kind of point, fingering, you can say, hey, let's create time to talk about, A, B, and C tomorrow at this time. Would that work for you? So the other person has, a little bit of time to think about the action and, kind of the resolution as well.
Great. I love that. And if I may add, give time also after to think and to respond. Because in the heat of the moment, I want a decision now. I want a yes now, okay? Because I want you to agree on what I'm saying. But this is really nice to give time before, allow time after.
This works if both parties follow the rules, but what if the one party does or doesn't follow the rules?
Yeah. So this is a quick question? Okay. So I was going to start by it is nice to both parties if they agree to follow. But yes, what if one will decide, well, this makes no sense. I'm not doing this anymore. Well, I don't know. What do you think? More patience, I guess. Give them some time and revisit the issue. Or maybe I want to step back and maybe my approach to these rules should be different. I don't know. I don't have an answer for you, but I guess for every action there's a reason. So let's find out the reason. Okay. Don't get stuck on these sheets. Okay. These are only suggestions. Okay. But it's a way to start the conversation. And if one is not really cooperative or not invested, well, it's okay. Give them time, and maybe in a better time, let's discuss why you think this is a waste of your time. Let's talk about that respectfully. Good one.
I like what you said yesterday about praying out loud for the other person. So maybe you could add that to your roles, like pray about it out loud so each other can hear what you're praying for.
So praying out loud, but there's a caveat. Okay? Sometimes we send a message through prayers. God, please help him to stop being angry at me. This is, yeah, no. Yeah. Don't manipulate the prayer. But if you pray for the needs of your husband or your wife, this would be a good one. Okay. This by a guy called John Gottman. He's the guru in marriage. He has many books. He has, I believe it's called the Gottman Institute. He did a love map, like questionnaire. Do it on your own at home. So it is like a questionnaire that you will answer true or false, and then based on your score, it tell you in which area your marriage is strong, and in which areas your marriage need improvement. It's about knowing the person, because love is knowing the person, not only emotions. This is why it is called the love map. You can do it at home, okay? Because love is not only emotions or mushy feelings, it is knowing the person and feeling known. For the wife or the husband to feel known by the partner, this is love. She knows me, she gets me, or he gets me. This is love. Okay? So these are questions, true or false. Will give you an idea on what you need to work on in your marriage. Okay? Anybody who wants to ask or comment, either verbally, or do you need like a piece of paper and write a question or a comment, you can also have that. So any question, because I'm done. All right. So it was nice seeing you and having you. I hope you all success and health in marriage. Keep working, and you will get here again in a month, and you will report back to Abuna what have you done with the practice. Okay?
Thank you, Abuna, very much, and thank you all for the time. And I think you planted the seed for more and more retreats. So be ready for every once in a while we'll get yes. So yes, what we're trying to do is, as you can see this link here, please sign up for this link, and we'll do, as Abuna said, once a month, regrouping again, and we'll discuss more and more things and use some resources also, as I said yesterday, for all of us to learn together. But we need to do this, as obvious it is. So thank God we'll do this, yes, and then God willing also will bother Abuna again to come more and more and to enrich the marriages that we have. We need that enrichment with God's grace. One thing which just I want to reflect on from yesterday, that is the role of us in the marriage comes from our relationship with Christ. So we cannot deny this, and we cannot ignore this, and just try to work on our marriage away from Christ, right, Abuna? So that we take this and then we give. We take from him and we give each other. Thank you again. Thank you, Abuna, one more time. Thank God for this. Thank you all for coming, whether you're members here or coming from outside or visitors. Love to have you, and we enjoyed the company through the weekend. God bless. And we'll just say our Father and then go downstairs and go from there. Thank you. Hear us when we say out together, Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. May the love of God the Father, grace of his only begotten Son, the King of the Holy Spirit with you. Go in peace. Peace be with you all. Amen.